Coven, welcome back to the Heathen Hedgewitch. I'm Runa Strong. This is my channel where I like to talk about an abundance of spiritual topics. Today's spiritual topic is actually how to celebrate Solstice, or Litha. Today we are specifically going to be talking about the summer solstice, because I am in the Northern Hemisphere and that is what is coming upon us within the next week. It is next Tuesday, and it also is the beginning of Cancer season. So although this isn't a thing that I'm going to list, I will mention that any of the things that you are going to try from this list, to do so on a beach to also celebrate Cancer season would be a really cool way to just incorporate these things together and to kind of boost that energy up. But for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere who are celebrating winter solstice, a lot of these things are still applicable for you, as it is all about the changing of the seasons, what to do for like planning the next 6 months, etc. So yeah, this video could still be a benefit to you whatever time of year you're watching this at. So without further ado and rambling and blah blah blah, 9 magical ways to celebrate solstice / Litha. Number 1, staying up all night, letting yourself fully enjoy the shortest night of the year. Or number 2, going from sunrise to sunset and enjoying the full span of light. So either one could be a lot of fun. Trying to do both would be kind of draining, but if you don't get too burnt out and you have the ability to do so, like if you have the following day off or something, that might be a lot of fun. It is on a Tuesday, so all-nighters aren't exactly the most practical, but I don't know your life and your schedule. For all I know, you work from home and you can do whatever the fuck you want. And if that's the case, feel free to have an all-nighter. That'll be a lot of fun. And like I've already said, sunrise or sunset. I mentioned it as a way to enjoy the full span of light, but you could also just go and enjoy those individual moments. Whether you just wake up for the sunrise or go somewhere to where you could get a really pretty view of the sunset. Whichever one you want to do. I think both are a really great way to spend quality time with the sun and just appreciate her beauty, because that's when she really likes to color the sky and it's just gorgeous. I love a good sunset. I'm definitely a sunset chaser and not a sunrise waker up for. Anyone who has been to any sort of spiritual event where we were supposed to like get up early for a ritual can confirm I usually don't make it. Especially if a hike is involved. My body will just be like, resting is a ritual for me right now, thank you. Number 3, having a fire. Solstice is one of those times where it's really a nice time to just have a fire. Fires represent the sun, to bring that sun energy, that heat, that warmth right to you, right in your backyard or wherever you may be. That is a great way to also embrace a solstice energy. Number 4. Are we really on number 4 already? This is going to be a quick video, but cool. Number 4 is to embrace your solar plexus energy and what that means for you. Now for me, it means being creative. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of painting to celebrate the solstice. But for you, it might mean working with your hands because you really just love working with a hammer and nails and building stuff, and that can be something that you do too. And that's going to look different for everyone. But embracing that divine masculine, bringing that into balance, and letting your inner creativity fly, whether that means playing a guitar, going out and creating a god pole, you name it. Your creativity is yours to define, and I think the solar plexus is great for that. Also, another way to activate and cleanse the solar plexus is sex. So sex is a great way to celebrate that. We're just gonna kind of lump in there with the solar plexus section. Number 5, shadow work. What? Shadow work for the solstice? Yeah, because you're about to be going into the dark season, and it's a good time to reflect on what kind of darkness you might be going into as the nights start to get longer again and the days start to get shorter again. So that's definitely something to think about around the solstice. What kind of self-reflection can you be doing during this time in order to become a better you within the next 6 to 12 months? Preparing for harvest. Now, this can be a literal thing if you happen to have some green thumbs and you work in the garden and you're out there talking to your plant babies, giving them water and healing energy. Good on ya. Love it. But this can also mean preparing to harvest some manifestations, because if you are like me and you work with the cycle back in the winter solstice 6 months ago, you'd worked on a lot of manifestations. So what have you harvested already? What has there yet to be claimed for you? And get ready to claim those things. You know, get ready to make space for those things to come into your life. Now, a special section that I want to add into the 9 magical ways to celebrate is honoring different deities. And the main deities that I'm going to be talking about are Norse pagan deities because that is where my faith mostly lies in my practice. But there are an abundance of deities that you could work with to celebrate the solstice outside of this pantheon. I'm just sharing these because that is a majority of where my viewers are, I believe. But we do have other viewers as well, and then honestly, if you feel called to honor them over the solstice, like Apollo or anybody like that, you can do that as well, and it's still valid. Please feel free to honor whoever you want. You could honor your ancestors or the land spirits, and that's fine too. But if you're wondering about deities you could honor who are Norse, I recommend Suna, or Sol, of course. It's kind of like her holiday with summer solstice. I also really like celebrating Loki this time of year, especially right now during retrograde season. The chaos is thick, and I really like venerating him so that hopefully chaotic good finds me instead of chaotic, evil. I also like honoring his wife Sigyn. I like bringing that victorious energy in through this time of year. I like to feel her, and I kind of will honor them as a couple sometimes. Sif and Freya and Freyr, Thor, all of them, as well as Mother Earth or Wyrd herself, all of them are prosperity, abundant, fertility type beings, and I really think working with them during this time of year when crop fertilization is a big part of most people's practice, even if they don't partake themselves, they're still buying more fresh produce than they normally do during the cold months. And so therefore honoring these deities, just asking for, healthy meals and abundance to come your way in the ways of money, and being able to provide, healthy food and healthy life for yourself and your family is a great thing to do as well. And also Mani, the god of the moon, because he will start coming back out a little bit more prevalently with the longer nights coming back. And I do like to honor him with the solstice as well, him and his sister. And one thing that I really like to do, tip number 8, is to rework my manifestations that I started back in the winter, or for those of you who are in the winter right now, reworking things that I set back in the summer. And so every solstice I kind of redo, what do you want to call it? Like thought bubble board, and I have like a key vibe for the energy that I want to maintain for the year. Like for this year, it's all about growth. Last year was all about healing. And so this year, what kind of things do I want to grow with? My daily practice, getting a new car, which I've now done. I want to grow my community. So if you want to help me grow the community, feel free to subscribe, join the Discord. If you are able to, consider supporting on Patreon. Casual plug. Okay, anyway, back into the topic. There's a lot of different ways that you could do your manifestation goal setting. You don't have to do it like a bubble board. You could just do a clip art mood board and then print it out if you want to, with Pinterest photos and stuff of things you hope to gain and attract for yourself. The style of which does not really matter. The fact that you're able to have it on your wall and see it every day. I keep looking at mine because I'm talking about it. But the fact that you are able to put it on your wall, see it every day, constantly think about these manifestations, and even if you're not presently thinking about it, your subconscious is going to be constantly turning about different ways that you could attract these things to yourself and your lifestyle. So that is a really good tip that I would like to give to you guys. To top it off, tip number 9 is just general manifestations. You don't have to do mood boards. You can just do a candle spell if that's all that you have the energy for, or making a petition of I attract to myself for my highest good, and make a little list of things if that's just what works for you. Yeah, those are my top 9 tips. I really think all of these really help you feel the energy of the season, and it's a really great way to embrace solstice. My dogs are driving me fucking nuts. Please hold. So if you could hear them in the background, I apologize. But anyways, thank you for watching and tuning in with me for this short, quick little informative video to talk about the solstice. It's one of my favorite holidays to celebrate, and I hope you get out there and do a little something something, or if you just gotta stay home and do a little something something, that's fine too. But I hope you find a way to enjoy and feel the holiday for yourself. Really just embrace that big, fire, passionate, good vibes, happy, warm, successful energy. I really get a lot of that from solstice, so I hope you feel that too. And until the next time, stay weird, think like the madman, Odin himself, spread more love and peace, and yeah.